All right, this video is the review notes on y equals mx plus b, slope, and the x and y intercepts. Kind of a overall review of previous notes. So first of all, what you see already up here is you see the slope formula, okay? You see the y-intercept formula, and then you see the standard form, all right? So that's the first thing that we need to kind of look at. So pretty simple. Each one is required for a different concept. Now, number one, it says find the slope of the line shown on the graph. The easiest way to do this is to go left dot to right dot. Okay? So meaning here's my left dot right here, and I'm literally, slope is a fraction, so I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. So negative 3 goes on the top. I'm going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is negative 3 over 4. Number 2, again, left dot to right dot. So I'm going to draw my little fraction line. I need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 goes on the top. I need to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so up 8, right 4, that reduces to 2 over 1, okay, or just 2. So that's my slope. Remember, you have to reduce all fractions, all right? Number 3, this goes back to our vertical and horizontal line notes, all right? We have a straight up and down vertical line, all right? So any straight up and down vertical line has a slope of undefined automatically. All right. Now, number 4 through 7, it says find the slope of the line that passes through the given points. All right. So if you remember, this was pretty simple. The formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But if you remember from previous notes, okay, I made this right here, okay, point number 2. This right here, point number 1. And when you do that, and I'm going to make this look like a clearer 2. When you do that, okay, that allows you to do this right here. Okay. So this is the slope formula, okay, set up. I just took out all the letters. Okay, the y2 minus y, meaning literally I just did this right here. Okay. All I did is I took out these right here from the formula. So now what you do is you just drop down the y's into the equation, and then drop down the x's in the equation, and then just do the math. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Remember, any minus a negative is actually adding, so this would be 5. Your slope is 2 over 5. And then that's how you do all of these. So I'm going to draw my little setup, drop the y down on top and the y down on top. Drop the x down on bottom, drop the x down on bottom. So this ends up being a 4. This ends up being a negative 1. So move the negative to the top. So negative 4 over 1 would be your slope. Number 6. So right here, drop the y down, drop the y down, drop the x down, and drop the x down. So now you just do the math. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And then that becomes a positive. Negative 3 plus 9 is 6. Make sure you reduce the fraction. This reduces to negative 1/3. Last one of these, All right, so again, what you're going to do is you're going to drop the y down, and then drop the other y down, drop the x down, and then drop the other x down. So that becomes a positive. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. 0 divided by anything is 0. Which, again, okay, reminder, any slope of 0 is a horizontal line. All right? You don't have to write that, but that is a reminder that that slope is horizontal. Now, next concept, it says graph each equation using slope-intercept form. Okay, well, it's already in slope-intercept form, so all you got to do is plot the y-intercept first, and then two other points using the slope. Okay, and technically in front of that x is a 1. All right, so it would be 1 over 1. So plot the y-intercept first at 6, so up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then two other points. So up 1, right 1. And then we can actually do another one. Up 1, right 1. And then we would draw our line. Real simple and easy. All right? So right here, okay, once again, we're going to plot the y-intercept, which is 1. And then two other points using the slope. So negative 5 over 3. All right, so we're going to go down 5 and right 3. Now, we can't do another one. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and go backwards. So we're going to go back up to the y-intercept at plus 1. And we're going to go up 5 and left 3, which we can get one on there. All right. So now what we're going to do is draw our line. We've got 3 dots, like so. All right, next one, plot the y-intercept, which is negative 5. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our slope is 1/2. So up 1, right 2, and then up 1, right 2. And then draw our line. And that would be your answer for number 10. And then number 11, the last one right here, don't let this fool you. Okay, all they've done is they've switched the slope and the y-intercept. If you don't like it, you can just switch it back. Just make sure that you keep the sign in front, which are both negative. All right, so it doesn't really affect anything. Pretty simple switch. So we're going to plot negative 2. And then our slope is actually negative 4 over 1. So we're going to go down 4 and right 1. We cannot do another one, so we're going to go back to the y-intercept. And then we're going to go up 4 and left 1. Should fall right in line. And then draw our line, like so. And that would be plotting, okay, the intercepts from slope-intercept form. All right? Now, the next 4 problems are converting a standard form problem into y equals mx plus b and then graphing it. All right? One of the most important concepts that you're going to need to do. Okay, so first step, take the x, move it to the other side, and change the sign. Step number 2, drop the y down and drop your number down. Last step, divide all the way across. So you get y equals negative over negative is a positive. 6 over 2 reduces to 3 over 1. And then you also get a negative over negative, which is a positive. So there's your equation. We're going to plot it at positive 7. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we can't do up 3, right 1, because if you look at the slope, it's 3 over 1. So 3 over 1, we would be going up 3 and right 1. Well, we can't do that because we'll go off the graph. So we actually need to go backwards. meaning we need to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and left 1, okay? And then we need to do it one more time. Down 1, 2, 3, and left 1, and then draw our line. Pretty simple, okay? If you're going to go off the graph, just go backwards. All right, number 13, right here, okay? So step number 1, take the x, move it to the other side, and change the sign. Step number 2, drop the y down, drop your number down. Step number 3, and that's technically a 1, remember? In front of that number, if there's not a number there, it's actually a 1. So we're going to divide by -1, all right? So we get y equals negative over negative is a positive, so that would actually technically be 1 over 1. And then same thing, negative over negative is a positive, so plus 3. Okay, don't forget your x in there. All right, I'm going to space this out a little bit better. So 1 over 1x plus 3. So there's our equation. So we're going to plot it at positive 3. And then it's a really simple slope, up 1, right 1, and then up 1, right 1. And then draw your line. Like so. Number 14, same process, okay? Step 1, take the x, move it to the other side, and change the sign. Step number 2, drop your y down and drop your number down. Step number 3, divide all the way across. So you get y equals negative over negative is a positive. That's technically a 1 in front of there. So your fraction is 1 over 4x. And then you get the same thing. Negative over negative is a positive, so plus 6. All right? So we're going to plot this at positive 6 with a 1 over 4 slope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go up 1, right 4. And then one more time. Up 1, right 4. Puts us right at the end of the graph, like so. All right. Number 15, right here. So last one of these. All right. So step 1, take the x, move it to the other side, and change the sign. Step number 2, drop the y down and drop your number down. Step number 3, divide all the way across. So you get y equals negative 10 over 4 would actually be negative 5 over 2. X reduced. 0 divided by anything is 0. Okay, so there's our equation. Plotting it at 0 is actually plotting it in the middle. And then down 5, right 2. So down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. We cannot get another one. So we're going to go back to our y-intercept, which is the 0 dot. And then we're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then left 2. All right. And then we draw our line. Like so. And that is taking a standard form equation, taking a standard form equation, putting it into y equals mx plus b, plotting the y-intercept and 2 other points using the slope. All right? Okay, these last 6 problems, all right, what they want us to do is they want us to find the intercepts and plot the intercepts. So pretty much completely different than what we just did. So it needs to be in standard form. Well, this already is, okay? So since it's in standard form, for the x-intercept, we're going to take the y out, which makes that easy. X equals 5. So we're going to plot 5 on the x-axis. And then to find the y-intercept, we're going to take the x out, which gives us this, we're going to divide by -1, so y equals -5. So we're going to plot -5 on the y-axis. All right, so 5 and -5. And then, since we've already plotted our intercepts, that's all that they want. And we draw our line. Like so. Okay, number 17. So if we're looking for the x-intercept, take the y out. That actually gives us this right here. So that's our intercept, x equals -5. So we're going to plot -5 on the x-axis right here. And then for the y-intercept, we're going to take the x out. So 5y equals -5. Here we actually have to solve. So we need to divide by 5. Y equals -1. So we're going to plot -1 on the y-axis right there. And then draw our line. Let's see if I can get that a little bit better. There we go. Like so. All right. So this one right here, looking for the x-intercept. Take the y out. So it's going to be 9x equals -36. And then here we actually have to solve. So x equals -4. So we're going to plot -4 on the x-axis right here. To find the y-intercept, we're going to take the x out and solve. So here we would get -3. So we're going to plot -3 on the y-axis. And then draw our line. See if I can get that a little bit straighter. Sometimes on this thing you got to get it in the... Whoop. Didn't connect there. Try it again. Got to get it in the right spot. There we go. And there's your answer. 19. Same principle. All right. So if we're looking for the x-intercept, take the y out. So 16x equals 20. Okay. Divide by 16. All right, so on this one right here, you're actually going to get 5/4. Now, if you actually take 5/4, okay, and you do the math on it, meaning if you take 5 and divide by 4, you're going to get 1.25. All right, so we're going to plot 1.25 on the x-axis. So here's 1, here's 2. This would be a half, so we actually need to plot it before that, meaning we would need to plot that right about here. Okay, that would be 1.25 right there. All right? And then to find the y-intercept, we take the x out, so that would be -10y equals 20. Divide by -10, so y would equal -2. So we'll plot -2 on the y-axis. And then I'll make this a little bigger and then draw our line. Like so. If you get a fraction like number 19, you always want to change it into a decimal, all right? And if you're going to plot it. Okay, number 20. This one's an easy plot. Y equals 1. Okay, a y equals is a horizontal line. And it's going to be at 1 because y equals 1. So horizontal line at 1. Oh, didn't get it all the way across. There we go. Like so. And then an x equals is going to be a vertical line. So a vertical line at -6. So plot -6 on the x-axis. And then draw a vertical line. Like so. And that is the notes review of the x and y intercepts and all the other slope information, putting an equation into y equals mx plus b and graphing it using the y-intercept, which is the last number, and then the slope, which is the number that's right in front of the x. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful on the notes review for everybody. Test coming up pretty soon. If you've got questions,